Yeah, I was talking. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, I didn't realise I was talking into thin air. So, what I was saying, yeah, and again, thanks for pointing that out. What I was saying is, this EMI filter here was testing short. This one was testing short as well. And if I just test that again with the old multimeter. Strangely, they were all testing short when I last tested it, so I'm not sure what's going on with it, but it might just be my test leads. But anyway, if we look at this one on the right hand side, this one tests short if I do this, so yeah, we're getting continuity across that, and we shouldn't. So that filter's definitely gone. Yeah, that's testing. Is that testing short? No, I'm just resting on the cap. That one isn't testing short, so I think this one's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, this one was short as well here. So I'm going to pop a couple of new ones on and get these old ones off. But basically, what I was saying is, this one in particular, somebody's worked on this Realtek chip for reasons unknown. They've... where else have they worked? I think they've just worked on that Realtek chip. They've replaced P13 by the look of it. Doesn't look like anything shorted on those pins. That's fine. What I noticed is testing on the USB pads was showing that there were some really odd readings, and I think that's because these EMI filters were blown and shorted. So I'm hoping that we can get that up nicely now. So let's get this off. So let's set this to 460 degrees, 60% airflow. I'll take this off now. What surprises me is whoever owned this previously didn't spot these problems with these filters. I mean, they obviously worked in this area. Yeah, now what do you do, right? There we go. So I need some desolder braid. I know that's near me somewhere. There it is. My desk is a bomb site. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll get this cleaned up. I'm just getting my iron up to temperature. There we go. What I'm going to do is just put some leaded down. Leaded solder. I'm just going to turn the temperature of my iron up more. I'm going to do better at 450 instead of 350. There we go. I'll get this old solder off as well. Good enough. to do now is just tin these up again with some nice, delicious leaded solder. Oh god, that's oxidising so fast. Look at this solder tip. Let's get that cleaned up. There we go. That nicely coated. Hey, there we go. I'm not sure if I describe myself as a meat-eating switch killer either. This has come from a meat-eating switch killer. That's for sure. Ah, come on. Right. You guys see that? Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. They probably just didn't know. I mean, to be fair, everybody starts somewhere, but you'd think you'd check the simple stuff first. You know, like all of this stuff is fairly easy to find online, right? Path of least resistance and all that, I suppose, right? Right, there we go. Yeah, sure. Right, I got some new filters here. Never had these open before. I'll get that into focus in a second. I'm just trying to get these out of the bloody packet. Come on, there we go. Alrighty, so if we zoom in a bit, I think you can see these. So I just got to get these out. Ah, it's upside down. Ah, there we go. I absolutely hate getting into these blister packs. There we go. Alright, that's both of them. I thought one had just popped into the 10th dimension, but fortunately it hadn't. Okay. So, just pop that there, and that there. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing right now. I'm just getting things back into shot. Okay. Okay, I know these filters look massive. Where's my other tweezers? Some crap on these. There we go. Right, so just push that into position. Doesn't have to be exact because, you know, surface tension on the solder will do the job for us. There we go. I'll do these one at a time, I think. airflow down so it doesn't fly away. So I'm at 20% airflow now. This should melt quicker though because it's nice leaded solder. I'm at 460 degrees. I could probably turn that airflow up a little bit. I've got shaky hands. I'm going to come off the heat for a second. I'm going to come back on now that I've got a little bit of pressure on it. Right, there we go. I think that one's okay. I'll do the other one. Ah, that board's hot. It's the same on both sides. Yeah, okay. Ow. I've got an aluminium board holder and it conducts heat really well, so kind of a blessing and a curse. Mainly a curse on my poor hands. Ow. Ow. Oh, that should do it. Okay. Knock this down to 20% again. Oh shit. Where'd that go? Oh. Let me get a bit more tacky flux down. That should do it. Yeah, sometimes you use a bit too much flux and your components can kind of aquaplane everywhere, which is really annoying when it happens. Okay. Looks good. Right, I think that's fine. Okay. Now, as I say, whoever messed with this board before me, they've left this really horrible thin veneer of flux absolutely everywhere on the board, like just Ah. Ooh, I can smell boiling IPA. I'll soon be drunk off that. Yeah, give the board a clean up as best I can. I am going to put this through the Ultrasonics. It's absolutely disgusting at the minute. That really is disgusting, this board. You know what? It's already looking a little bit better, isn't it? Look at that. The cotton bud's turning brown. Ugh. Right. Okay, so we'll test it. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes listen to music when I'm not streaming. It depends. Depends. I'm one of those people that isn't the best at sort of, you know, doing like multitasking things, so some people are really good at it, but not me. Why am I not getting continuity there? Come on. Really? Let's check from the cap here. Oh god, I've got the shakes today. Okay, we're good there. We're good there. No short there. No short there. We've got continuity there. And there. With no shorts there. Nothing there. No short there. No short there. No short there. And we got continuity. Okay. So if I check from this pin on the chip, we do have continuity there. And we do have continuity there. Okay, we're good. So they're soldered okay. I don't like the look of it though. That could do with just a tiny bit of touch up, so I am going to do that. I'm just going to lob a tiny bit of flux on, add the iron. And there we go. And anyone watching, I highly recommend you check out the coder as well. He's really good. Okay, I think that's a bit better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, look much better. I should probably check that it's properly grounded as well, actually, because they do have grounding pins on them. So I'll just check that they're properly connected. I should have done that just now, but slipped my mind. Great, great, great. Yeah, okay, we're properly grounded as well. Nice. All right. So I guess the next thing for me to do would be to sort out this bloody USB port. Oh, this is never fun. Well, let's do that. So I'm just flipping the board round now. Bear with me. This is a bit loose. Okay, that should do it. So let's get that USB. Okay, there we go. There's a USB port. Actually, I need to move that out of the way a bit. Oh, man, look at the state of it. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Pull P13. I kind of don't want to. I mean, I might need to anyway, but I might just leave it there. I don't have any shorts on the caps, and it looks okay, so I'm going to leave it for now. And just, in fact, actually, what I should have done, what I will do, I'll check these USB pins in diode mode, because that's what led me to those filters in the first place. So let's see what readings we're getting now. So we should be getting ground on this one, which we are. That should be open. That should be open. Ooh, that's not a good thing. See, this is reading 2.782 volts. That was a drop. That's really high. That's reading 1.211. Yeah, these are well off. That's open. That shouldn't be open. That's open. That's grounded. 2.78 volts? What? Open, open. Are you at least grounded? Damn. These are some wacky readings I'm getting on this. I'm actually not going to put the USB port on yet. Let's check. Let's check some of these components here. Let's check this. Okay, that's dead. I'm not getting continuity on that. Nothing. Nothing. Yep, definitely dead. So that's dead. Continuity on the fuse at least. So that's got to go. I'm going to have to take that from a donor board, I think. Alright. That I can do. Oh. I already took it. Let's try this other donor board. There we go. Okay. So if we take this for the greater good, for the greater glory. Come on, there we go. So we'll take that one. Just trying to stash it somewhere safe where I won't lose it. Alright. Yeah. It just makes you think, like, how many faults has this board I've bought got on it, right? Like, it might be irreparable, I don't know. We'll see. See, I'm thinking as well, if this filter's gone, maybe the little MOSFET diode array thing, whatever that is, has gone as well. Speaking of which, whoops. Definitely gone now. It's gone for a walk. Get a bit of flux on it and reflow it. Yeah, that's better. Oh, my flux is jammed up. 1 second. Sorted. Crikey, I didn't want that much on there. Whatever. Okay. Honestly, everything's right in front of me, right? And like, I'm looking around trying to find stuff that isn't. I know it's in front of me, and I just can't see it. It's like you sort of go snowblind. I was looking for my solder. Okay. Whoop, whoop, there we go. Okay, let's get this down to about 20% airflow so it doesn't fly off. What? Seriously? My shaking hands. What the hell? It's like Weebles Wobble that they never fall down, apparently. What the fuck? Excuse me. Come on. This is like hardcore stuck to my solder and my tweezers. Come on, cool down. There we go. That was some clut soldering you just saw right there. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at what I'm doing. I'll look at the chat in a second and see what you said. I'd noticed there's a change there, but like I haven't seen what you said yet. Right, that should do it. Well, you know, you say it's not a good idea to leave them off when you reassemble, but a lot of switches don't even come with them installed anyways, right? So, I'm not so sure, right? I mean, yeah? I don't know. I don't know if they're optional or just, you know, fitted for a particular market or what, but... Right, cool. Let's see how this looks now. Let's go back to diode mode. Open, open. 2.695, still really high. Have any of these sorted themselves out? 1.3, damn. That one's normal now. That one's open. That one's got a path to ground, so that's shorted to ground. I don't know, I'm suspicious of the diode array, I really am. What do you think? Lift the diode array? Could be anything though, couldn't it? You see, this is where a schematic could be really handy, because then I could sort of follow where these connections actually go and sort of figure out what components may have failed. I mean, the fact that that fixed one of the readings suggests to me that that path is at least restored. I don't know. I don't know. Open, open. Where does that go? See, it looks like that might be voltage in. No, it can't be. .7, and that should read 2.7. Yeah, okay. So something on this line's buggered. What do we have? We have MOSFETs. What else do we have along here? Is that a MOSFET? Could be. Not sure the best way to test these at the minute, especially with the USB port being off. Yeah, you might be right, you might be right. You know, I could just lift them. Sod it, why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So, I'll just take the lot, right? Might as well. I'll take the diode array. I'll do them one by one. I'll leave the caps, they seem fine. Mind you, it takes a lot to kill a cap, so... As a cap, I can say this. Alright. This thing's already absolutely flooded in flux, but screw it. It's not like I care about this board anyway. I mean, in theory, I could go to town and replace absolutely everything, right? I probably won't do that, though. Anyway. Let's get that up to... Let's take it to 70%. Nearly. There we go. Right, that's that diode array. I know there's another on the other side of the board, I think, as well. Let's just switch this one for now. Let's get this back into view. I hope I don't blow away the newly soldered EMI filter thing. Yeah. And this keeps gunking up. Right. That's one off. Stuck to my tweezers. There we go. And I actually can't see what the positioning dot is on this thing. Where is it? Under this flux. Just clean that off. Oh, I see it now. There we go. Oh God. I'm doing a Lewis Rossman. Turn it to 40% airflow now, I think. Oh shit, I've ripped off the fuse. I bet that's stuck to my hot air gun. Nope. Where'd that go? Fine. Oh, no, I see it. I see it. My bad. Whoops. Yeah, you never know. We might eventually get schematics available, which would be nice. I mean, it happens with a lot of retro game consoles. Like, eventually, some authorized repair dealership or something will have a PDF, or they'll scan it all, or whatever, you know. They'll have these service manuals with schematics, so you never know. But while the console's still classed as current, I doubt it. Please stop sticking to my tweezers. Please, for the love of God. There we go. Yeah, I do hope we get schematics though. That would be nice. Come on, melt. Melt, you bugger. You know what? Looking at the USB port solder, by the way, while I'm doing this, I know you probably can't see it very well yourself, but it's not actually melting either, which is interesting. It's probably still lead-free solder. I need to bump up the airflow, I think. Maybe get a bit more flux on there. Okay, that's going shiny, that's a good sign. Hey, there we go. I fixed my goof. Okay, new diode array. Yeah. I probably could switch those. I'm just going to test again now that we've switched that diode array and see if that make any difference at all. Good. Oh, that's better. 400. 400. 600. 600. This one's still not right though. That's 0.007 volts. That should be... I think that should be around 700. $700, $400, $400, $400. So that should be 7-ish. That should be 7. Yeah, that's still wrong. 400. Okay, yeah, it's almost right. This is almost in working order, I think. There's just one... It could be that other diode array on the other side of the board. Let's take a look. Ah, hot. Hot. So, what I'm thinking is it could be this diode array right here that I'm looking at. Maybe. What I'm gonna do is put some flux down and just see what that gives us actually. If we take that off, if it relieves it, let's find out. God, this board is just messed up, man. Yeah, I think this is the first one I've come across that has a bit of a funny diode array on it. There you go, we'll just do that for a second. I'm going to flip the board back round and I'm just going to see if that's changed the... Ay, bloody hell, that's hot. Change the, what's it? Readings I'm getting on the meter. Ow! Everything's hot! Like burning my like hands off. Right. So I've got the meter in diode mode again. Open, open, 400, 400, 700, 700, and that's still not right. What is that connected to is the question. I could do with the pin out of the USB actually. I know some people have kind of sort of semi-reverse engineered these USB ports, so yeah. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll move this diode array back. I don't think that was the problem. There we go. Cool. Alright, so... interesting. I'd like to know what specifically that pin's connected to. I'm going to clean this area up a bit actually and have a look. Maybe I can follow the trace. So if we look at the USB port pads here, in fact I've got to clean these up anyway, I might do that in a second. I can see that much better now. V-bus. V-bus. Just trying to think, is V-bus connected? No, that's VCN. Is that connected to the BQ? V-bus. Still sort of new to switches, so... To be fair, I'd just like to follow it along and see exactly what it's connected to and which components failed open. Because I think some component somewhere has failed open on it. If I test that now... Diode mode. It was, I think it was this one. Yeah, that's not failed open, that's shorted. That's shorted. Shorted to ground. We're only getting a 0.007 B drop on that. Let's have a look at what the resistance to ground is actually. About 3.8 ohms. God, that's all over the place. But yeah, that's about... Yeah, we got a short somewhere, haven't we? I guess I can just try eyeballing things. Let's just real quick check these caps. I think I did once. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know where that short is. I've no idea where that short is. I suspect, though, that that goes through to the other side of the board. It clearly goes through the substrate. Just trying to work out what it's connected to. So we've got that there. These bloody multi-sided, multi-layered boards. They're annoying. You know, the fuel gauge looks crooked. I don't know. A lot of buffering. Really? Well, I'll flip back over, Mickey. I'll show you. So it was. Let's get that into view a bit better for you. Actually, it's not the best focus, is it? Let me focus that for you. Right there. So what I'm getting on my diode reading is a very low voltage drop on this pin, which suggests it's shorted to ground to me, because that's like 0.005 volts, and this is a ground pin, and we're getting 0.002. So I'm certain this has a short to ground somewhere. Where, I've no idea. I'm not really sure what I should be looking for. Alright, so I mean, there has been work done on the M92. Let's just see if we've got any shorted pins. That looks fine. That looks okay. Looks okay. What is that crap on the side of M92? Let's just... I think it's thermal grease. Yeah, somebody's done a right number on this thing. I think they've replaced every which component they could just think of, though. is that? That's really... What? I'm very tempted to just go throw this into the ultrasonic for a little while and just get as much of this flux and other crap off. Look at that. Ugh. Yeah, what is that? Right? Looks like a bit of a cotton bud, actually, doesn't it? Again, I think what's happened is somebody's had a go at this. They've thrown in the towel and just sold it on eBay. Let's see if these pins are shorted in any way. I'm pretty sure whoever did this, though, actually did solder on M92 okay. And it looks okay. Yeah, it looks fine. I don't think it's that. The problem is there's flux around so many different components, I don't know what they've been messing with and what they haven't. Something shorted. Right, guys, what I am going to do, because looking at this, it's absolutely... oh, God, it's just wrecked. Whoever's done this has done a number on it. What I'm going to do is throw it in the ultrasonic in a second and just try and clear the path so I can actually see the stuff on this board. First filter below the P13 USB, second coil. Well, I have just replaced a few of these. I have a few minutes ago replaced the one on the right. I'll show you. You can probably tell the ones I've replaced. I replaced that one because it was shorted, and I've replaced that one. Yeah, that's gross. So yeah, if you're talking about one on the right, you're talking about... Are you talking about this one right here? Because that one doesn't have any shorts to ground. I've tested this one. I've tested all of these. All these... Yeah, all of these are testing good. Look, I'll show you. Let's go to continuity mode. So we're getting continuity there. What the fuck? Why are you shorted again? What? I swear to God, I replaced this and it wasn't testing short. Why the hell is that short now? That's a brand new filter. Let me get that back off. I mean, it could be the P13. Oh, fucking hell. Pardon my French. Right, you know what? I think it probably is the P13, isn't it? But let's test this filter in isolation with an out of circuit. Again, it's a brand new filter. Check to earth. Yeah, maybe. I'll check the filter first, and then I'll check that. Okay. Filter seems fine, by the way. So yeah. Yeah, those are shorted to ground. And those are connected to P13. I think P13 must be bad. Or they're bridged and I just can't see it. Let's zoom in a bit. No, they're not bridged. Yeah, I think it's P13. Looking at that. I think Ratchet was right. Nice. Okay. Alright. Well, while I'm here, let me clean this up. And we'll take P13 off. And what we'll do, we'll take P13 off and see if it relieves that short. It should do in theory. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the plan of attack then. We'll take P13 off, see if that relieves the short to ground that we're getting on that filter. If it does, it will probably suggest that it's P13. If it's P13, we'll just pop another one on. As it happens, I do have quite a few P13 chips knocking around, so that's good. Okay, let's see. Can you guys see this okay? I think you can, and how crusty and horrible that looks. Switch USB alternative point. It's on the image as SBU1. Alright. Alright, let's have a look. So you're saying... Sorry, bring the mic with me. So you're saying... Switch USB alternative points. SBU1. So what are you suggesting? That I check SBU1 for a short to ground? Images. Okay. Well, to be honest, either way, I don't like the look of this P13. Let's get rid of it. YOLO. mean, I'm fairly certain it's going to be P13. Just as a hunch. So I'll clean this area up anyway. Right, I think that looks better already. Okay. I think I'm just going to leave the old solder on there and just use that. Check pad after removal, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So... where's my grounding point? There it is. Yeah, the short's gone. Yeah, okay. So we've relieved the short, so let's get another P13 on. Right, I've got a big strip of those somewhere right near me. I know I have. Where are they? That's USB ports, that's random capacitors, that's M92s. Ah, there they are. Great. Okay. So, I do this as a hobbyist, I'm not an expert, so it's quite fun. By the way, I really appreciate the help, Mickey. It's useful, and Ratchet as well, if you're still watching. I'll just pop that actually on the side. I need to get a little bit of solder on that middle pad. Oh god, my iron's oxidised to all hell and back. Damn. So, there we go, let's remove that. That's probably enough. Please unstick. There we go. You know, it's always hard to tell if you've got this properly centered or not. Or at least it is for me. Oh, well, it only needs to be near enough, doesn't it? Alright. No, 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 stop moving away. Bad chip. Bad. There we go. Oh, we got shiny solder. I haven't seen the chip move though. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, I'll just leave that for a second. Oh, that's pretty cool, Mickey, yeah. That's pretty cool. It's always cool finding like alternate points and things like that you can use to sort of get around faults like that. Nice one. Good on you. Ah, stop wobbling, hands, please. There we go. Alrighty. And then let's clean up this obvious short. Good enough. Right, so I guess what we want to do now is test if that short is back. If it's not, it was the P13 chip that was playing up. So let's find out. Okay, I'll put that to ground. Let's see if we can see the pad. We can. Great stuff. Not shorted, not shorted. Yeah, it looks like it was P13. Alright, cool. Interesting. I guess if we get one of these back on, we'll just tin those pads back up real quick. So what do you fellas do for for careers and so on? Like when you're not watching people like me goof up. Come on. There we go. Right, here's hoping that soldering this back on doesn't introduce a short again. Shouldn't do. I was pretty certain it was a P13. That's it. Drift into place. No, you're drifting away now. That's not what I want. No, no, no. Bad filter. Okay. Isn't it always fun when components start just sort of drifting away? And you have to play sort of chase the component. There we go. Cool. Right, so in theory, when we hit up diode mode again and go back to those USB port pads, everything should be reading back to normal again. And if it is, that is good news. But I'm just checking to see that we have continuity across these pins. Excellent. Okay. Whoopsie. Doesn't help, wherever I rest my hands is like boiling hot, so I'm basically just cooking my hands. Okay, we don't have a short there. That, and I have the world's most wobbliest hands today. Great. Great. Good. We're looking good so far. Nice. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Maintenance manager for mineral cable manufacturer. Fix PS4s and switches in spare time. Problem is, I can never get round to selling them. Well, I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's going on with Reddit and GME stocks, but they're all screaming hold. So I guess what you've done is you've taken a long position on your PS4 stocks. That's what you've done. No, seriously though, like, yeah, I've not actually repaired any PS4s. I've been thinking about it, but I've just never tried yet. And I was wondering, actually, like, how do you find it? Do you find it to be something you enjoy? Like, do you like working on the PS4s? Do you find them easier, harder, just different to work on than a Switch, say? I'm just curious, because I've been thinking about it myself, but I've just never got round to it. I mean, I guess the ideal would be to be able to get our greasy mitts on something like the PS5 and poke around under the bonnet under one of those, right? Particularly if you could get one broken cheap. That'd be good, wouldn't it? A man can dream. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, cool. I suppose I haven't mentioned what I do. I'm a programmer, software developer. So basically I just drink stupid amounts of coffee. Which, to be fair, I think is true of pretty much every industry that, you know, does any kind of, like, diagnostic style work, whether it's electronics or whatever, you know. Or tea. Tea's got a lot of caffeine too. Okay, this area's looking a lot better than how I received it, so that's good. Right. Let's test it again on the other side of the board. Let's see what we're getting now on those pins. On those pads, even. So how we're looking there? We're looking okay on the focus. Yeah. Cool. So, let's see how we're doing on these pads. Ow, I just stabbed myself with a probe. You know, I've got to clean the probes, they're a bit gunked in flux. 1 second, guys. Flux gunk. It's kind of hard to test things when your probes are covered in flux sometimes. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, that tests okay. Swap the probes around. 400. 400-ish. 700. 700. 700. 400. Bum, bum, bum. Right, I think the only thing we need to do now is put a USB port on this. Cool. Which means cleaning up this awful mess that whoever did this last has left. So, let's do that. I might preheat the board in this area with the hot air first, actually. Just because cleaning this stuff up can be really annoying. In fact, I actually like to take the old solder out using hot air and solder it. God, look at this. This is gross. Doesn't even look like normal solder. Let's get this back on the old PCB board mount. I hate doing this. It's such a crap board holder. That's what I get for spending only a £5 on a board holder. Right, there we go. Okay. Right, I need to get the hot air nozzle off. There we go. So what I'm going to do is just saturate the area with some heat. Because if we can get some heat into the board, it's going to make clearing the holes out way easier. Yeah, not quite there yet. Alright. I think everybody has a slightly different way of cleaning these up, to be fair. If you look at what I'm doing. These holes are an absolute git to get old solder out of. So what I like to do is this. Get it nice and hot and just dunk your desolder wick straight in. And just like that, through capillary action and the miracle of physics, we get to clear the holes out. Ow, that's hot. And then for the rest, we'll just come in with the soldering iron and the wick. So there we go. I'm not sure how well you guys can see the one I'm doing up here. It's not... Oh, that has come out. Okay. And then there's this one down here. Right, cool. All the holes there are cleared. Absolutely hate clearing those. Pain in the ass. HDMI, white light of death, disk drive, torn off power connectors, PSU, blue light of death or a gamble, and another VGA machine. Yeah, you know what? I want a VGA machine. I don't have one either. I've thought about kind of jerry-rigging one where you get one of those board preheaters and then just a mount for the hot air gun with the special nozzle thing that's sort of a square shape that matches the shape of the chip. I have thought of doing that and then just using the multimeter with its temperature probe at the chip to sort of get the temperature right, but like it would be awkward because you'd basically have to follow your temperature profile manually, and I've never done it before, so I don't know how well it'd actually work. I mean, in theory it sounds like it would, but you know, the alternative is spending like what, £400-500 on a proper BGA machine, and as much as a good investment that would be, it's going to cost a pretty penny. And unless you're a proper sort of repair shop, like, you know, it's a lot of money to drop. Although admittedly the nerd in me really wants one. Like really wants one. Like I window shop on AliExpress for stuff like that. There we go, we'll just get some more. Get these tinned up nicely. Cool. And then we'll clean this off and we'll get the new USB port on. It's probably one of the more annoying things to do, the USB port, because there really is a method in the madness. Phil does a good job of it. He's got a pretty good technique. I've kind of borrowed his technique to do these. I mean, if you're not careful, you just end up with a mess on your hands, really. There we go. Looking better. So let's grab a USB port. I know I had some of those because I commented on it. Here we go. Yep. So I'm going to do a test fit first. You know, the one nice thing about soldering these USB ports is they're massive, so you don't lose them like all the tiny little surface mount components. Hey, that's already damaged. Look at that, that's already damaged. That's brand new out the packet. You got some bent pins on it. Typical. You see that? Right there. That's bent. Come on. And these ones? I didn't expect to have to bend pins back into shape on a brand new port. Come on. Really? Come on. Well, you know, whatever. But this is why we test fit. Alright. So we'll do another test fit and just see that those pins line up properly now. They do, that's fine. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll get a bit of flux down. And then come in with the hot air gun with no nozzle on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the port in a pair of tweezers. I'm going to pop it on. So what I'll be doing is coming in like that after heating it. This is going to be a bit awkward. Let's move the board a bit. There we go. What we want to do is get a nice good bit of heat straight into the board. Let that solder melt. We'll come down, we'll press down, and we'll hold in the position for a bit longer, and keep the heat there. And now I'm going to pray to the electrical gods that that's connected. I'm not sure it is. Yeah, you might be able to get away with reballing a switch. I've actually picked up some a stencil for the switch APU myself as well. Although, to be fair, you could probably get away with doing it by hand. Right, I'm doing a nudge test. Okay, okay. That's okay, that's okay. Right, none of those pins are budging. I think I've got that port on perfectly. We will touch it up though from the back, we might as well. So let's get the soldering iron. And let's do what we can. Let's do what we can. I'll turn the heat down a bit on this. cleaning up the iron. Come on, you're like 350 Celsius. Why are you not melting the solder? Oh, for God's sake. There we go, get more flux down. You know, it's annoying when solder goes everywhere except where you want it, right? Alright, I think we're better now. Nice, okay. Where's my whip? There it is. Yeah, first time I did one of these ports, I just melted the plastic and made a right mess of it. That was fun times. You know, that doesn't really matter, does it? Whatever. Okay. So, I'm just going to do a quick nudge test again, just to make sure I didn't botch it up. Good, 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 good. Looks a bit messy, doesn't it? Right, cool. So we've got a new USB port on. Let's take it out of the little PCB holder. Pop it down. So there we go. I think we're looking quite good now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my soldering iron tip. And let's get the USB port soldered on properly. I think we've probably done enough to get this switch to work now. And in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just changing the soldering tip on my iron. The nice thing about this soldering iron is you can change the solder tips on the fly while it's still switched on. Really, really handy and good feature to have. What is this thread? Go away. There we go. Right. And I'm actually using my favourite soldering tip, because everybody's got a favourite, right? Cool, that's that one. That's that leg. How's the focus? It's a bit off, isn't it? I'm using the I'm actually using the same sort of hot air station that Phil uses. I've got the Atom ST862D. It's a really, really nice station, actually. Really well priced, too. You got the BST one. What's the difference between the BST? Is that an Atom one as well? I'm not familiar with it off the top of my head. Whoops. There we go. God, this is messy. Need flux on that. Yeah, I mean, reballing by hand, that's what Phil does at the minute. I think he's just actually got himself a load of stencils for doing the job with stencils instead. He's probably done that for saving time, because obviously for Phil, it's kind of like, well, it's his main source of income, right? So it makes sense. You know, the faster you can do a job, you know, the less time you're spending on a repair, the more repairs you can do, right? I mean, I quite enjoy reballing by hand, and I think Phil does as well, but, you know, it's one of those things, like, for a business, it doesn't make sense. For hobbyists, yeah, sure, go for it, right? Right, I think our USB's good. I think we're going to be okay with this now. I think so, anyway. I mean, what I'm probably going to do is rip off the heat shield on the APU as well and just plop the whole thing in an ultrasonic bath and just get this board up, because it is absolutely disgusting. I mean, look at it. I haven't even worked on this area of the board and it's covered in flux. But yeah, Philip the Coder, he's got a really good channel. He's a really, really friendly and nice guy as well. Like, I talk to him a lot on his live streams, and he's a really helpful guy, actually, you know. And if you want repairs done professionally, like, I would say, just from the way he comes about, he's a good guy to approach for sure. I'm going to retouch these up. I don't like the way they look. I'm being a perfectionist now. This is where the end game comes in, and I mess it all up. God, this is why I much prefer this tip. It just does the job so much better. Come on, soldering iron, get in there. Nice. Excelente. Yeah, actually, if you like Phil and the coder, you might like a guy as well called Rankus Creations, and the chap's name's Bruce Rain. He's a really nice guy as well. He's really good at what he does. Actually, when I was first learning to solder, which, to be fair, I've only been soldering since like September, it was Brankus Creations and his videos that sort of got me up to speed. Would definitely recommend. Oh, there we go. That looks nice. That looks nice. I'm happy with that. Okay. So, I guess what I could do now is I could plug in a known good battery, and I could see how this works when I switch it on. So if I switch over to my cam view, show you guys my absolute wreck of a work area. Let's turn that off. Get some white balance back. So there we go. Sorry, it's a bit orange. I've not figured out how to get the white balance correct on this camera. Let's see real quick if I can do that. Does that help? No. That just makes it darker. Well, that'll have to do. Right. So, we'll get the amp meter out. The USB cable. Oh, this chair, man, makes it sound like a fart every time I sit in it. And battery. I just picked this battery up and it had a it had a memory module stuck to it. Okay, so what magical numbers we want to see on this thing are it going and charging properly, so let's find out. Four one. Drop to 0. Oh, that looks good. 1.41 amps. That just booted up. I think we've fixed it. Look at that. I don't think it'll be a B-SOD. The reason I don't think it'll be a B-SOD is because of the way that amperage just changed. That looks like a functioning switch. We'll have to get it reassembled, but we're looking good, I think. So if I pop that back out now, I can disconnect everything. I think we're looking good. As I say, I do want to put this through the ultrasonic first, though, just because. But that'll only take like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. But I guess to do that, I probably want to get this shield off, right, so that the ultrasonic can get to everything. That and, you know, yeah. I hate getting these off, by the way. I really hate getting these off. Okay. I'm not even sure if there's an easy way to get them off. But that nice change in amperage there, I think we got it fixed. I'm actually a little surprised. And happy. I actually picked this switch up for £57 as well, so it was pretty cheap. Yeah, £57, really not bad at all for something like this. What I do though is I give them like a full refurbishment. Actually, I'll show you guys real quick while I'm thinking about it. So, what I'll often do, I'll give them a new shell. I picked these up brand new. They're actually really cheap as well. They're only about £4 or so. But yeah, it's a full shell. You know, it comes with the back, comes with the front. Doesn't come with the mid frame, but you can reuse the mid frames anyway, so it doesn't matter. But when you've got a really scratched up, banged up looking switch, just switch the case out, and if you put a new digitizer on, it looks brand new. Anyway, let's get this off. I'm going off on a tangent now, so let's get this thing off. Might switch to the microscope view actually. There we go, and let's see if we can get this thing off. So what I do often, oh god, there's even crap on the knife. Right, what I like to do is just sort of slip this blade in like that, and then bend these metal bits out a bit. That usually helps you just lift them right off. I don't know if there's a better way to do these. Probably. But, you know, just pushing my knife in here, I can see the flux spilling out from even under this heat sheet. Oh, God. It's funny, though, because whoever had this before, whoever attempted repair on this before, was actually so close. They were so close. It's a shame, actually, in a way, that they didn't succeed. I mean, I'm happy for it, because it was a switch for £57. And I'm always on the lookout for cheap switches. Okay. Foam for the screen. You mean for the back of the screen where it mates to the mid frame? Is that what you're talking about? If you are, then no, I'm not. I'm assuming you're asking that because you've probably got a switch where that's been gouged up or some such. It shouldn't really matter, actually. It shouldn't make any effect, like any difference on the operation of the switch, to be fair. You should be good. There we go. Nice, we're in. So if we just pop the this off as well, the eMMC module. These are a bugger. If these ever die, you can't fix the switch. If it's fully dead and you've no backup, you're out of luck. Right, this has already got number 3 written on it. That's fine. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go flip on the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm going to get this thing clean. So I'm just going to put intermission on for a second. Oh, between the LCD digitizer. Right, okay. No, I've not found any direct replacement. You could probably jerry-rig something, though. I mean, just jerry-rig something. Just something that squeezes down a bit. I mean, do you know what would probably work is this stuff that I've got. I bet you could use this. All this is you know, stoves and cookers and things like that. I don't know where you're from, but if you're from Britain, this is for a cooker hood. All it is activated charcoal foam, but it's thin, right? You could probably just use this with some double-sided tape to pad it. That should stop it rattling around. You could probably use all sorts of things like that. You could even use fabric, I suppose. I mean, you know, just look what you've got knocking around, right? Yeah, but I'd recommend maybe like something like that activated charcoal filter stuff, just because it's about the right thickness, right? But yeah, just use what you can get your hands on. Anything should do. Right, anyway, I'm going to put an intermission on, and I'm going to get this cleaned up. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm sort of back. That thing's in the ultrasonic doing its rounds at the minute. It's being cleaned now. Yeah, just thought I'd come back and say hello, guys. You know, chatting shit, right? Ain't got much else going on. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I've got high hopes on this Switch, though. I think it's going to be okay. I think we're almost there. I do have another Switch, actually, that's almost fully functional. It's just one Joy-Con rail's not working, but I'm waiting on a connector for that. Annoyingly. Feels like I'm always waiting on parts. I mean, I guess that's the way of the world, right? Ah, never mind. But hopefully when we get that other board back out the cleaner, it'll be nice and good to go. I'm glad that really all it was a diode array and the P13. It was a relatively easy fix. And now I know what to look for when certain parts of the board aren't working correctly as well, which is good to know. It's very good to know, actually, because I do have another board that's got a similar issue, and it's not the P13, so it's probably a diode array needs to come off. So I'll probably do that as well. Not today, but yeah. Okay. I am feeling more confident, anywho. Feeling more confident. And if you guys want to see, while we wait, I'll show you my haul of shame. See you later, Mickey. It was good having you. Yeah, I really appreciate the help too. Yeah, enjoy walking the dog. Oh man, Ratchet. Yeah, Windows. I hate Windows when it does that. Assuming it's Windows. Yeah. I'll give you a quick update on what's gone on though. Basically, going through diagnostics, the filters, the EMI filters that were on the P13 USB, they weren't short. What was shorting it was the P13 USB chip. So we swapped that out, and that cleared that up, no problem. Then what I did is, with diode mode, I started to meter out the pins on where the USB port was on the pads, just to see what measurements we got. And basically we were getting some weird measurements on there. You know, we were getting like 1.2 volts V-drop to ground, and it's kind of like, that's not right. You know, most of those pins are either 400 or 0.400, sorry, or 0.700 approximately. And we were getting these weird values. And anyway, we got rid of the diode array, and getting rid of the diode array brought the one of the pins right. Switching to P13 USB got the others right, and what I did then is I plugged in the little amp meter I've got, this doohickey, and that told us that it was charging at 0.41 amps. It then dropped down to 0, and then it went straight up to 1.38, which suggests usually that that's a working switch at that point. But because the board is absolutely disgusting, like messed up with flux and yeah, really not in a nice state, I've just thrown it in the ultrasonic cleaner to get that up nicely. What I'll do then as well is, when I take it out the ultrasonic, because I'm using a aqueous based cleaning detergent in there, I'll have to rinse it down with IPA. In fact, that's just stopped now. I'm just going to flip that board over real quick, actually. But we'll rinse it down with IPA, and then I'll probably bake it for 5 minutes in the oven or something. And then after that, blast it with compressed air to get out any lingering moisture between the chips. Anyway, I shall be back in just a moment, guys. Right, I'm back. It's just going through its cycle now on the other side of the board. Yeah, this is actually the switch in question. It's actually, it's not in terrible condition, honestly. Unless that's a scratch. Nah. Yeah. Actually, the digitizer's a bit scratched up. But, you know, it is what it is, right? I mean, it's an unpatched V1 switch, so, you know, these are actually quite in high demand as well. And you might know why. I'm not going to go into why, but you might know why. So there is an incentive to get these repaired. You might notice as well, I'm not sure if this white crap in here is dust or if it's like corrosion or what, but I don't know. Might as well clean it up while I'm here though, right? While I wait. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Now, because I don't have a spare digitizer, and because this digitizer's a bit scratched up, I'm actually not going to replace the case on this one. Don't really see the point. They only have a limited number of them, so I only reserve them for the ones that have, like, pristine digitizers. Oh man, I don't know if you can hear that ultrasonic cleaner from here. It's driving me nuts. There we go. So we'll be dropping that back in soon. I'm not sure that's an original LCD actually, can't tell. In fact, while we wait, let's do some inspection on these cables. We might as well make sure everything's in decent condition, right? So if we have a look, I'll bring this up a bit. I'm just going to inspect to make sure that there aren't any broken cables, because I've seen plenty of these that have been busted, so that's fine. How's the backlight one looking? Sorry, you can't see it because of my fat fingers. Yeah, it looks fine. That looks like it's seen better days, but it's not terrible. There's only a scratch on there, it's not broken any contacts, so that's fine. Power one looks fine. Ooh, Ultrasonic's just finished. Yeah, it looks okay. And I think that looks okay too. Yeah, we're good. Alright, all the cables are good at least, so that's good news. Right, I'll be back in a second again, because I've got to go rinse it off in IPA. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. I can actually turn that down, though. In fact, I'll do that, because I'm going to be putting on an intermission any second now, anyway. In fact, I'm going to put an intermission on now while I go sort things out. I'll drag that volume down a bit, though. Thanks for pointing that out to me, Ratchet. Right, I'm back again. It is now baking. Shouldn't take long. It's just in the oven, so like the heat from that should help make all that IPA evaporate. And I have a secret weapon. Whoop. That should help us drive out any excess moisture that gets left over. So yeah, hopefully this goes well. Wish me luck. By the way, if you want to know what my first reball attempt looked like, and I did this a little while ago, and it did not go well. I tried to use solder paste on a stencil. It went really badly, actually. Wall of shame right here, right? Look at that, if that'll focus. I mean, I don't think it needs to focus for you to see how horrendous that actually is. I also completely foobarred the switch. I took that off. It's now a donor system. Yeah, this one. It had super happy bad times. I tore off a bunch of pads when I was desoldering it. I didn't give it enough time for the heat to soak, I don't think, so some of the pads came with it. Fun times. Fun times. But yeah, we'll give that another minute or so, give or take, and then I'll bring it out, blast it out with some compressed air, and then we can see how much better it looks after being cleaned. And my methodology for cleaning little switch PCBs, what I do is I put them in the ultrasonic for 5 minutes each side, and I take them out. I then use a little squirty bottle that's just loaded with deionized water, and I rinse off all of the detergent with that. Don't use tap water because it's got mineral deposits in it. And you squirt it off, and then what I do is I transfer the board after shaking it a bit to get rid of all the excess water into a container with 99% IPA, and I'll rinse it and swish it around, which I've already done just now, in the IPA, just to drive out and absorb as much of the water as we can. And then while I do that, I usually have an oven on preheat, and then I'll just pop the PCB in the oven, and obviously the oven then deals with getting rid of all the IPA by making it evaporate at a higher temperature. And when I take it out, finally, I just blast it with compressed air, like in at all the chips, just to make sure that it drives whatever we can out. Actually, there's more compressed air in this one. So I'm going to go grab that now. I'll be back in just a second once again. I'm not even going to bother with intermission. Well, if you want to see something that'll make you laugh, my oven was too high heat. It took the USB port off. Oh, cool, cool. Weirdly, I came up with the name Captech a long time ago before I was even interested in electronics. I've got to redo this damn USB port. I made it too hot. Look at this. Oh, good God, what did I do? I goofed. I did so well up to this point, and then I did that. But the board does look a lot better otherwise. Look at that, looks nice. Strange that the USB port melted off like that, though. Really is, because nothing else did. At least I hope it didn't. No. No, look at that, all fine. Not all fine. What the fuck? It's like all the work I just did has just been undone by my oven. I had it too high. Okay, I can fix it easy enough. Alright. Easy fixes, guys, easy fixes. There we go. Yeah, look what that did. USB port's gone AWOL. Okay. We got this, guys. We got this. Come on, Flux. I will not be defeated by an oven. And it will not be going in the ultrasonic again. Board's clean enough for me to do the rest with IPA, to be fair. Yeah, well, thanks for the sub. Seriously, thanks for the sub, Ratchet. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, that's okay. Yeah, most of the content I do is with retro consoles. I've only recently started messing around with, you know, stuff that's a bit more contemporary, right? Hang on a minute. Good God, what did I do? Ah, what did I do? I'm sorry, board. I hope I didn't knock anything else. Doesn't look like I did. Forgive me, Omnisire, for I have sinned. You see that collateral damage I did there? Damn. I am an idiot. Oh shit, there's no nozzle on that. Fuck. There we go. You know, the thing with things like this is you make mistakes, right? Everybody does. Pro tip, don't put your oven on too high a temperature if you dry the board out in the oven. I normally have mine lower than what I did. I was just trying to do it quickly. I think I just left it a bit too long. Strange that it was hot enough to melt the leaded solder, but not hot enough to melt the plastics, though. Yeah, I'll take what I can get, though. Alrighty. fixing my schoolboy errors. Okay, good, I didn't rip anything else off at least. Just nudge that. What's weird, what I'm finding really weird, is take this component that's been nudged right here. Now this was put in my oven. My oven should not be able to get to the kind of temperature so quickly as it did as to melt leaded solder. I'm actually genuinely surprised by that. Funnily enough, while I was trying to dry it out, it smelled like pizza. Okay, what I'm doing a quick visual inspection of the board just to make sure we didn't lose anything else that we don't want to lose. Ah. That's not good. Oh, please, for the love of God, tell me I've not nudged anything on that massive capacitor array in the middle, because if I have, I'm going to be so sad. So sad. But you see, this is the difference between a live and an edited video, right? In an edited video, you just get the perfect end result. In a live video, you see all the dumb mistakes. Like this. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Thank you, good sir capacitor. Okay, this is the area I'm scared of being foobarred. Actually, we look like we got away with that. It's just... that looks like it could be better, but that might have been like that since factory. Okay. Anything this side? That all looks fine. That looks fine. You know what I should have done is wrapped it in foil. I think what I did is I caught it on the shelf of the oven and I just nudged a couple of components. At least it wasn't a BGA chip or something crazy like that. Phew! Just, you know, undid all my USB work. Fine, we'll do it again. I had it perfect as well the first time. Oh well, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, where's my big solder wick? Right in front of me. Of course it is. Okay, can you guys see the bit I'm working on? Now you can. Cool. No, I'm going to have to use hot air on it. Alright, let's do it. Come on, melt your bugger. Real fiddly. You know, this usually works. Oh, hey, I've made a hole in it. Alright. Let's get some flux on it. Oh Jesus, way too much flux. Sorry I'm so quiet. Concentrating. Yeah, I need to flip the board over, I think. It's a bit wobbly as well. Ow. Board hot. Ow. Board really hot. Alrighty. Ow. Yeah, I know, right. Exactly. I'm really surprised. I think it must have been when I lifted it off the oven shelf. I must have banged it off of the, you know, the little metal grills that... oh, Christ, that's... the little metal bits on the shelves. I think I just banged it on one of those and it just didn't like it. Alright. Yeah, I genuinely wouldn't have thought an oven would have got it that hot. But then again, I guess it is leaded solder, so yeah, maybe it is just hot enough. But the fact that some parts should have been like unleaded solder where it came off, strange. I mean, yeah, is what it is. But the board is now as clean as a whistle, there is that. I mean, if we move away from the area I'm working on, look at that now. There was tons of flux around here before. There's none now. You know, it looks like a new board again. Ow, 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 ow. Right, let's try and clear these holes. next one. Boom. Oh no, wait, still one. Still that little bit. And to get that last bit, I'm going to cut diagonally on my solder braid, come back in. Great. Okay, now what I'm going to do is clean up the mess I've made. Because this is not going back in an ultrasonic again. I suppose what would be good for drying off boards that I've just ultrasonic would be a PCB preheater. That might be a good way to do it, and just, oh for God's sake, just ow, there we go, and just popping it on one of those. Okay, that is looking a little better. Ow, ow, ow. God, it's hot. Surprisingly difficult with this particular PCB holder to clip the board in properly, which is, it's all loose and wobbly right now. I'm doing my best to secure it a bit better. It's kind of not working. Just bear with me. Maybe if I move that there. Move that there. Ow. Christ. Bloody. I've got an aluminium board holder, so it conducts heat really well. There we go. I think that's better now. Come on, you crappy old flux. Come off. There we go. Right, the USB port I did have on there. Let's have a look at it. Let's see the state of it. Oh. Actually looks fine. We can reuse that. Alright, we'll tin the pads up again. Get a bit of flux on. Turn my iron down from 460 degrees because that's just way too hot. Put it to a sane temperature like 350. we go. I'll just take that burnt flux off. There we go. Right, I'll use my technique from last time as well, so let's just move that over here. Get as much of this into view as I can for you guys. Cool. You know what, actually thinking about it, I do have a fan assisted oven. I wonder if the fan did do damage. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. Okay, that nozzle's still hot. Alright, so if I go up to about 40% airflow at 460 should just about do this, I think. I think that's how I had it last time. You know what though, I have forgotten flux. Right. Nudge test. Can you guys see these pins? You can. Well, they all passed the nudge test, so that's good. So now I'm just going to do what I did last time and touch it up with the iron again. Annoyingly, we can't do anything about the inner pins, so, you know. Cool. Looking good. Right. Now that we've got the USB port back on again. Let's give it a nice clean up. And you know what, I don't like there's a tiny bit of burnt flux on there. That doesn't look as good as factory. There we go. Now it looks as good as factory. And all this is because I was being precious about the way a PCB looks that nobody's ever even going to look at when they open it, right? You know. Okay. Oh, hey guys. Hey Stesfix. Welcome. Right. Cool, cool, cool. So there was no collateral damage from my oven antics on this side of the board by the look of it, so that's good. Tell you what, if Phil had seen that, I would have been real embarrassed. No one tell him. No one tell him the damage I did to a switch by putting it in an oven to dry it out from an ultrasonic cleaning. It didn't happen, honestly. Okay. Zoom back in. Oh no, there's flux all over that. I don't like that. Right, let's clean this shit up. Cool. Yeah, this board looks a hell of a lot better though after being in the ultrasonic. It really does. Like the whole board was nasty with flux. It wasn't even my flux. I mean, if I'd secreted flux everywhere, that's one thing. But when it's somebody else's flux, that's just gross. You know what I mean? You don't want somebody else's flux everywhere. It's just disgusting. Okay, great, great. This looks a lot better than it did. I can actually read the chips on it now as well. The only component I'm unsure of is this little cap here. It looks a bit off. I don't think I knocked any other components though. Give me one more visual check. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Cool. Right, let me finish soldering this port then. Bit of flux. There we go. How soldering iron? Why are you dropping down to 20 Celsius? I need you at 200 odd. Or 300 odd. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I'm an old man. Old man. Right, good enough. Oh, we're out of focus, aren't we? There we go. Yeah, welcome everybody who's watching. Just securing this USB port in. Right, I'm going to give it one more clean up with IPA, and I'm not going to be precious about it because, you know, whatever. As long as it works now, I don't care. I'm just hoping I didn't break it earlier. Give this a clean up. I need to wrap this up soon, actually. I should really talk to my fiancée, because I missed her. I haven't spoke to her today. Yeah, well, I'll be done soon. Right. Cool. I think that's it. Is it? I think. Yeah, alright. I'm going to set that aside. I'm just going to... I've managed to shrink my workspace somehow. I'm going to enlarge that a bit. Right. I'm going to switch to the camera view now. I'm going to see if it powers up again. Because if it doesn't, what I've managed to do is repair and then break somebody else's botched job. I've botched a repair that was successful, potentially, and I hope that's not the case. Right, cool. There we are. So if I switch to the camera view, wrong view. Sorry about that. That was the wrong view. That was very much the wrong view. There we go. Probably blasted you all with music there that you didn't want to hear. Right, there we go. So we'll put the memory module back. Need a battery. Amp meter. Always need an amp meter. Let's see. Let's see if me knocking components flying everywhere has damaged it or not. Four one. Come on, drop to 0. 0. 1.41 amps. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube can be funny like that sometimes. It can be really annoying. It might even be down to your web browser, actually, Ratchet. It depends what browser you're using and all sorts, because basically if you're not using Google Chrome, well, put it this way, Google go to efforts to break YouTube on non-Google browsers, so keep that in mind. Cool, right. So, let's hook this up now that we've potentially repaired it back into its chassis, shall we? No, it's not that one. That's the one that was chewed by a dog. Where is it? That's the one. Cool. So, you know, you've probably seen this on 1,000,001 videos. It's just reassembling a switch. Let's get that cable out. Absolutely hate doing this. You know what? I'm going to take the fan out. Where's the damn screwdriver? By the way, you guys will see why I'm like, where is everything? It's like right in front of me as well. There it is. But like, I just pile stuff up on the side here like an idiot. Anyway. Let's hope, guys, that this powers up. You know what? I don't even need the fan to do a test. Bin that off. Bin that off. Cool. Right, we're getting there. I'll tell you what, I'll zoom in a bit more, but there's one connector I absolutely hate. I don't know if any of you guys watch my mate Vince. He's commented on this. Pretty sure Phil's commented on it as well. It's this bloody socket here. It's so easy to break. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. In fact, I'm going to do that one under the scope. Let's do it under the scope. Yeah, and it's stupid, that connector, because every other connector on the Switch is fine, right? Like, every other single connector on the Switch, you'll have no problem with at all. But this one, it's a living troll. Is that bent? Is that warped? That's warped. Oh, no. No, 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 don't make me replace that. You're going to make me... Ah, shit. That's fucked. Yeah, speaking of that connection, that's fucked. Ah, bollocks. Alright, fine. I can replace that pretty quick anyway. Let's do that. Let's replace that. So yeah, speaking of the horrific connector, yeah. Alright, let's pop the memory module off so I don't overheat it at least, as it is in the area I'm going to work on. Fortunately for me, I actually have a bunch of these spare, so that's good news. So what I'm going to do is switch back to the camera. There we go. I think I've got a good view on that. Let's check my phone. Right. Cool. Okay, so I need a connector, which I should have right here somewhere. I know I've labelled it. Switch LCD connectors. I wonder what's in this. There we go. Let's grab one of them. This is one of the most annoying repairs to do. But the way I do it is I put a little bit of flux around, and I sort of do this by eye as well. It's a bit annoying. You just get a bit of flux down. And then you just position underneath. And then you wait and pray. So annoying. Still not there. Still not there. Alright, I can see the flux starting to smoke. Still not there. It's being stubborn. Let's put the airflow up. I got it. I don't know why, it's just really satisfying. It's just really satisfying watching that solder cool down and like all the little blobs going along the line. So we'll get back under the scope. Get that into focus. So yeah, the good news is we didn't damage any pads. That's weird that that was warped. That particular connector latch was warped, but none of the others were. It must have been when it was in my oven. Perhaps the heat warped it. But it's strange that none of the others warped. They must just have higher temperature resistant plastics. I guess. Would be my guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else it'd be. Right. Look at me go. There we go. Don't stop me now. Having a good time. Oh shit, no. Not having a good time. Cool. Right. And what I do with this, because I can't really do it under the microscope, what I do is I position it first. Because we've got because we've already got flux down and it's been activated by the soldering iron, it acts as a kind of glue, right? So what I do is I take the connector, plonk it on, and position it, and I get it in position, and then I move the board to the edge of the table to do the crazy stuff. Let me get this latch up. It makes seeing what you're doing easier. There we go. Is this the wrong way around? Yeah, it was. So yeah, you know, just get it in position, blah 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 blah. I think that's about where we want it. Nudge, nudge. There we go. Now I think the positioning of that's about perfect, so yeah, it looks okay to me. Maybe nudge it a little bit this side. Yeah, that's pretty good. So what I'll do now... Yeah, it was the wrong way, wasn't it? It definitely was the wrong way. Hang on, is it... Have I put it... I'm being an idiot, aren't I? Where's the opening? No, I'm not being an idiot, that's right. Damn it. I've just undone all my hard work. That's the right way. Yeah, so just get it in position anyways. Nice thing about tachyflux is it can be your friend in situations like this. Alright, I think that's about right. I'll tap it down a bit further there and a bit further there. Right. Okay. We'll go back to the camera view now. Yeah, yeah. It's not really what my oven did, it's what I did by being an idiot with the oven. I can't really blame the oven for me. But you know. So what I'm going to do now, because I've already positioned that, I'm just going to get this nice and hot. What I'll do is I'll tap down on top of the connector when I see the solder go. It's starting to get shiny now. There we go, that's starting to melt. So I'll give it a little bit longer. And just tap, tap, tap it on top. And that should do it. Hopefully. I think that's done the job. Yow, 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 yow. That's hot. We'll get it back into the scope. And let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look, guys and girls. Looks soldered to me. We'll do the nudge test. So let's take the tweezers and do the nudge test on it. I'll zoom in a bit as well. Still see that okay? Yeah, you do, don't you? Great. Oh, you're right. A good workman never blames his tools. I mean, I can't blame my oven. I can only blame myself because I was a klutz with it. You know. But I'm not a good workman either. I'm a halfway house. I'll be better when I've learned better. Ooh. You guys still see that? Yeah. Cool. So I'm just going along the line, and you know what? I think we're good. I think we're golden. All these pins look okay. You know, nothing's moving on a nudge test. We'll check the back pins as well. They all look good, don't they? Look at that. Let's do the nudge test on this line though as well. Let's see, can we all see that? Yeah, totally. I do want a preheated plate. I've been meaning to pick one up. They're not that expensive. The annoying thing is I get a lot of stuff like that off AliExpress because it's cheap on AliExpress, but the shipping's the killer. You can get those preheat plates for about £20 or so, £20–30, but the shipping's like 50. So it's sort of like, well, I'm not going to buy it if it's that expensive to ship. I'll just buy one here, you know. Anyway, I will get round to it. But there we go, that is the secret to doing one of these LCD FPC connectors. You know, that's perfect. We did it first try. IPA. I can now put this back in the switch. And hopefully we'll get a nice video out. 4-inch one off Ali. How much does that set you back? If you don't mind my asking, you don't have to tell me obviously, but... because I'd wager the smaller ones probably have more affordable shipping, as long as they're not particularly heavy, I suppose. Just clean down the top as well. Beautiful, as good as factory, that. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know what? You've seen me do it, right? Like, I think I did my first switch repair maybe just after Christmas? Or just before Christmas, was it? No, it was just after Christmas. So, like, I've not been repairing switches for a month. You know, like, I only started recently, and, you know, I picked up a lot of these techniques from watching people like the coder, Phil. Anyone who shouts out his channel, you should, by the way. I can't at the minute because I'm not there, but if anyone wants to paste a link into his channel, go ahead. But yeah, it's by watching people like him that I learned, and I'm sure, you know, you can apply the techniques I've used here as well. You know, the trick is you've got to go in and you've got to go in with the view that you probably will mess it up, right? If you go in with that view and just do it anyway, well, if you don't mess it up, it's a fantastic feeling. If you do mess it up, you learn from it. So you can't lose, really, except money, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Just blame me. Just blame me. I did say that you can't lose, so, you know, yeah. Blaming me is the right course of action right there, you know. Alright, let's see if we can get back to the camera view. Cool. There we go. If I could work out which way my zoom goes. Yeah, to be fair, blaming me is actually a pretty good policy in general. I blame me all the time. And I haven't been wrong to blame me yet. So, you know. Right, there we go. That is now ready to go back together again. So let's get these cables all back in. Can you push the pins through the old connector off the pads with a pointed soldering iron, mate? Oh, you can. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I read it as you. Can you? Yeah, you can. Let's get back under the scope. I only do this bit under the scope because, like, my eyes are crap. Yeah, it just makes doing the LCD ribbons, well, all the ribbons easier. Yeah, this entire board was absolutely disgusting before. Now only bits of the board are disgusting. It's progress. Come on. Honestly, I really hate these connectors. I really do. They're such a ball ache. Come on. You see this? You see this? It's putting up a fight. Come on. Just go in. This is the reason you exist. By the way, I actually do talk like this when there's nobody watching, when I'm not streaming or doing anything. I will literally talk crap for hours. Oh, come on, seriously. No. Get that. Ah. Why will this not go in? You're all seeing this, right? Like, I'm not just being, like, a moron, am I? I think I am. Well, it turns out I bought the wrong connectors or something. Seriously. Seriously, I can solder it on, but I can't get a cable in. I mean, come on. £38? That's not bad. That's really not bad. I might have to look that up. That's really not bad at all. There we go. Finally, finally. That's slightly tighter fit, I think, on this new connector than it was on the old one. I think that was a problem. Right, let's get the backlight in. I'm not going to connect absolutely everything. I'm just going to test to see if it powers on and we get a display. And maybe audio. Excuse me. Damn, that's actually not bad. That's way cheaper shipping than what I was seeing when I had a look. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look. I'll definitely take a look. Mind you, I'm not in any hurry for anything like that, you know. My biggest problem is space, you know. I'm actually just in like a small flat, you know. I've only got 2 rooms in this flat. Yeah, it's kind of one of those kitchen, living room, all-in-ones, and then you've got your bedroom. And that's it. Cool, that's in. Any other cables that need plugging in? Oh, I suppose a digitizer. I suck at plugging this cable in. There we go. Alright, so I just need to get the NAND back in. Let's get back over to the camera view. Tax? Tax? Ah, boo! Boo, no one wants to pay tax. But I guess we got to. Got to fund the government somehow. They've been on a bit of a spending splurge recently after all, not that I blame them. Needed to happen. Right. Right, what do you think, guys? Do you think this will power on okay? What do you think? Let's turn it over and drop it like a spaz. Let's see. Look at that, look at that. I guess the battery in this one's dead because I was using a good battery before. So we got power, we got output now. Ooh. I think we're going to be looking good. Yeah, I should probably watch my language, really. I really should. It's just how I talk. I don't mean it in a horrible way. Right, yeah, well, you can see, guys, I've got power. I'm guessing the battery in this unit was just foobar. I mean, I was super tempted when I received this, because the eBay seller that sold it to me, they deliberately avoided pictures of the USB port, and I thought about just returning it immediately without looking at it, right? Because I sort of thought to myself, are they not showing the USB port because it's missing and all the traces are ripped up? But I got lucky. I guess all the traces were fine, you know. So yeah. I don't know. I'm happy with that. I really wish I could charge that quicker. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the good battery in real quick and just see if we get booted up okay. So let's do that. Yeah, you'll do. And we got sound as well. Any of these downloaded? Oh, Splatoon's not on the cartridge. Neither is Human Fall Flat. Neither is Minecraft. Breath of the Wild is. Rocket League is. I could play somebody else's games. Looks like a lot of people used to use this Switch. Look at that. Great. Well, I guess I just need to get it together now. But yeah, that's repaired. You know, we're good. We're golden, guys. Got it there in the end after botching it loads of times. Oh, that's pleasing. Yeah, that feels good. Feels good. .jpeg. Let's have a look. Wonder what version it's on. 10, eh? Okay. Not that old. Do you know, I've got a feeling that whoever did repair this, though, previously, whoever replaced the M92 and the other stuff, they did a pretty terrible job of it. But the solder joints were fine. It was only the fact that the P13 didn't work and a diode array had gone in the end, I think. Anyway, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I am going to call it quits in a minute, guys, because it's pretty late. And yeah, I want to chill out as well. But you know what? It's been good. It's been good having you guys. And you know, seriously, thanks for the help you gave me throughout the video as well. Like, that's been really helpful as well. Like, I wouldn't really have thought to remove the diode array and just swap it. But it's good to know, because now I know that whenever that particular pin's playing up on the reverse side, I'll know what to check. I guess I could check this in the dock, come to think of it, but I've got to get it properly assembled for that. Anyway, I'm gonna power it off. But yeah, very happy with that. That's another one bites the dust. All right, guys. Cheers for watching, and you know what? I hope to see you on some other streams as well. It'll be nice to have you guys around. And take care. Alright, bye for now, guys.